What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Aaron B, and welcome to Tacos and Touchdowns. Can't say it live because we're doing a pre-recorded episode. Hey, some things happened this week, so we didn't do the Thursday episode, but we're going to show you some great content today on this lovely Saturday morning. I hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody had a great week, and hope everybody has a great weekend. I know when it comes to Saturday we got the Army versus Navy game because everybody's getting ready for bowl games and the playoffs and stuff. So shout out to them Longhorns. What's going on? But we got a great show for y'all. Cowboys versus Eagles preview. So we're gonna touch bases and everything. We got we're gonna do. I gotta know what y'all favorite Christmas movie, and we're gonna be talking about Shaq Leonard going to the Eagles. This kid, but in recap of the Cowboys versus Hawks game, key matchups and keys to victory against those our arch enemies, those Philadelphia Eagles. But before we even start the show, we gotta show love to our sponsor. That is What a Clean Solution. And if you need to get your carpets clean and couches, tile, and grout, if you're moving in or moving out, need to get that place looking brand new, call What a Clean Solutions, a family-owned mobile cleaning service that can clean anything from a small carpet to even making your car or truck look brand new, spanking new. And give them a call or a text at 210-790-1410 and use promo code TNT for 5% off your total cleaning. That's promo code TNT at 210-790-1410 for 5% off. And if you didn't see it, it's on the below down right here. You can use that promo code, man. If you're in the San Antonio area or in the Guadalupe County area, the Bexar County area, hit up What a Clean Solution. If you need your car looking brand spanking new, or just need your carpet's a little dirty, the kids, or you had a party last night, you just want to, you can't stand all that, the crumbs and everything, hit up What a Clean Solutions. And that's a fact. But the next one is SeatGeek Lights event. We have tickets. I'm talking about concert, games, shows, and more. Use promo code, all capital letters, tacos and touchdown to get up to 20% off your first purchase. SeatGeek, a ticket for every fan. So, man, I know that took a little bit about a couple minutes of the show, but we got it done. And now we're going to get into the first topic, and that is favorite Christmas movies of all time. I want y'all to comment below y'all favorite Christmas movie of all time. I want to figure out what's y'all's taste in the Christmas movie. Maybe y'all surprise me with a Christmas movie I never heard of, but I watched a lot of Christmas movies growing up. So I'll tell you mine, and that is Home Alone. Home Alone is a classic, and if you want to go animated, The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, that's my other one. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. Yes, that is my two favorite movies. Regular movie and then my animated movie. I want y'all to comment below y'all's favorite movie of all time and your favorite animated movie of all time. So I'll get, Christmas is coming up in a couple of weeks or so. Man, has time went by. December is we're already getting into Christmas. Next week is my birthday. No, it's not a holiday, but my birthday. I'm going to be turning 33. Not afraid to tell my age and stuff. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Shaq Leonard going to the Philadelphia Eagles. Give me a bark bag. I'm just kidding. But there he had two options he had on his list. He was going to go to be a Dallas Cowboy. He was going to be a Philadelphia Eagle. It's funny that Wanye Thomas, our safety that plays for the Cowboys, brought up. He was smiling really hard when he got to Philadelphia, and he was, I don't know what their security guard name. He was like big cheesing and everything. I was like, dang, I think he might be a Philadelphia Eagle. And surprise, he became a Philadelphia Eagle. But I want to get into what I seen on the film. Maybe it's something that we're not seeing and maybe the Cowboys didn't see. But I'm going to do my three takes on here. This is what I got on him. I seen a guy that still had the mental process to track and make plays. You can see where he would know where that ball is and then track and then make a good tackle. And the other thing you see on the film is he has that ability to be a downhill blitzer linebacker. But there are some plays I've seen where you can still see the after effects of the back surgery. A little bit jerky with his lateral movements and everything. and doesn't have that explosive as he once had. And then the other thing is he just doesn't have that. Sometimes he you can see second guessing himself when it comes to that. And I got his stats. I know we talked about it last week. He had 65. He had 65 tackles, 31 solo tackles. But then I seen a stat I seen coming below. It was on the fan, and I seen somebody commented below, and I want to make sure this is true. And I found out he has an 8.7 missed tackle rate, and that's his career high. And he's missed 6 missed tackles in 9 games, and has allowed, like I said, that lateral movement, and maybe he has that problem like dropping out of the coverage due to the fact that he has that back surgery, the after effects of that. And he has allowed 17 catches for 22 targets and coverage for 58 yards. I think he still is a valuable linebacker. I don't know if he's going to be playing all this week against the Cowboys, maybe. And if he does, it'll probably be limited reps. And I think that's what's going to be happening. But I think he slowly gets acclimated to their defense and everything. I think that's where you'll see him down the stretch of getting into the playoffs. And I think he doesn't expect him just to be like, bam, he's a star. He's going back to what he was a couple of years. No, that's not how it works. It's not Madden. You just don't sign a player. Nothing changes there. You got to figure out like plays and everything like that, different style of defense and everything. It's a whole thing. I think you'll see maybe him play a few plays or not. I don't know, but it's going to be a good game. But I wanted him on the Cowboys. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I still seen a good player and a valuable leader on that linebacker. But we do have some really good linebackers, and Marquise Bell, who's surprisingly been a really good linebacker for us. Damone Clark has gotten better as well, and we got Rashaan Evans, who we picked up in free agency a few weeks ago, who I was glad that we got. Maybe I was being a little selfish and wanted to add Shaq Leonard to the team. You never know. And I think from what he's seen in the game versus the Eagles versus 49ers, he's like, yeah, they need me on that linebacker crew. They kind of been struggling when it comes to linebackers. Getting a guy like Shaq Leonard will definitely help. But let's get into the next topic. And that is the recap of the Seahawks game, man. That was a true nail biter, but we came with the dub. But I want to do my 3 takes, and I'm going to get into the ugly and then to the good. On the ugly, the defense allowed over 300 receiving yards and 3 TDs. DK Metcalf had a field day for 6 catches, 134 yards, and 3 TDs. I know there was a play that we seen where Deron Bland, who's defensive player of the month or week, don't quote me on that, but he's been doing well. But that game, he allowed some 5 catches and 127 yards and 2 TDs. And you can't just blame it on Deron Bland. You got to realize that there was a safety that was supposed to be there just to cover. And we kind of been having a little issue with the safety. I know they've been dealing with a lot of soft tissue injuries and everything like Jay Ron and Malik Hooker. But I think a guy that we could definitely need to see more of is Wanye Thomas. We'll get into that in a little bit, but that's one of the things I think we were struggling. But we did come with the dub, and Deron Bland came with that pick, and like, yeah, that brought that energy to that defense because we allowed 35 points, and you can't have that going down the stretch because we got the Bills next, the Dolphins, the Lions, and then the Commanders at the end of the season is going by fast, man. I don't want to get all excited, man. Just think about how many games are left. You're like, dang, pretty short. But I want to get into the positive, and that is CeeDee Lamb had a really good game. He had 12 catches for 116 yards and 1 TD. Jake Ferguson had 6 catches for 77 yards and a TD. And our wide receiver 2, Brandon Cooks, had 4 catches for 45 yards and a TD. And Dak had a really good game. Didn't have any turnovers, had 3 TDs, man. And he was there, just hitting them short and medium routes and letting CD and Jake and all of them just do their yak work. I'm just going to keep it like that. And lastly, the Cowboys can't do these careless penalties. and we could blame the rest, but it doesn't. There's certain things you're like, okay, that was on them. The all sides, the jump in, the pass interference, that's got to go because we had 9 penalties for 127 yards. That's no bueno, especially playing against our rivals, the Philadelphia Eagles. Yeah, we gotta minimize on that because I know we're at home, but we can't be comfortable out. We got an undefeated record. I think we're 13-0. No, you got to keep it up. We're playing against a rival. Don't think, oh, because they lost against the 49ers, it's going to be a cakewalk because no, they're not. There's a reason why they're 10-2. They're not a perfect team, but they're a really good team. So you can't underestimate your rivals for sure on that. Next thing, key matchups. And our key matchup, I didn't go on specific players, but I think this is going to be a key matchup to watch out for. And that's the Eagles' offensive line versus our Cowboys' defensive line. Their all lines really good. You got guys like Jordan Mailata, Landon Dickerson, this little-known guy named Jason Kelsey, and you have Lane Johnson. I can't think who the other player is. Not one. I know they got Cam Jurgensen, but they have a really good offensive line, but we have a really good Cowboys defensive line, and we got guys like D-Law, we got Oso, we got Hankins, we got Michael Parsons, we got Slam Williams. We got a really good rotation of defensive line that can generate pressure. We're first when it comes to leading pressures. We have over, I'm trying to think, but we're number one in QB pressure, and definitely you got to apply some pressure in keeping Jalen Hurts into the pocket. I think that's the main key matchup, in my honest opinion. Man, we're going through these smooth. I like it. I like it. Like Tennessee whiskey, bro. Now let's get into keys to victory. What are the keys to victory? Bear with me because I got some decent notes. We're going back to this. We're gonna do this quick. You gotta minimize or keep it to zero on the careless penalties because those 9 penalties for 127 yards, we can't do that. That can't be our weakness every game. You gotta move on from that, figure out what's going on. I know they've actually brought some refs to practice. Maybe that helps, or maybe not. We'll see. But that's number one to me. Okay. The defense cannot let the Eagles run up the score. We can't play catch-up ball with the Eagles because the Eagles are a better team than the Seahawks. Seahawks are a good team, but the Eagles, you got to keep them under 21 because you've seen the two teams that they lost to. They had 14 points when they played against the Jets and 19 points against let me make sure I'm getting it right. Yeah, 19 points against the 49ers. You cannot let these guys run the score. And in my breakdown of that is keep Jalen Hurts in the pocket, force him to make the tough throws and apply pressure. The X factor when it comes to that is Michael Parsons, who has 11.5 sacks, tied 6th in the league with 78 pressures and 55 QB pressures, both first in pressures. He's a guy that's going to draw a lot of double teams, and that could help for guys to get free and go with the sack or the tackle for a loss. And I think when it comes to that part, Michael Parsons is going to be that X factor when it comes to that. Of course, he's the X factor. He's one of the best players on the field. And our front seven must play tighter. This team likes to run downfield, and they're going to look for holes to break out for 4 to 6 yards or more. So we can't play the front. Our defensive line got to play a little tighter because these guys are going to take advantage with a guy like Swift. And your linebackers got to be on the swivel, man, because guys like Gainwell or him can run a bit outside. So they got to take care of that. My next guy, our safeties need to step up in coverage. I plan this. I think that we'll see more Wanye Thomas this game. And when he plays over 13-plus snaps in the 5 games he played, he has had 6 stops and are behind the line of scrimmage. 1 QB pressure, 1 QB hit, 7 tackles, has not missed a tackle are allowed a touchdown in coverage and has had 3 pass breakups. I think that's a guy that's going to be our X factor when it comes to our secondary. Definitely want to see what he does because he plays a little bit at corner, a little bit of nickel. Say he basically like as a Swiss Army knife, and I think he'll be involved. I don't say he's going to play every game, but you definitely see some Wanye involved. I hope maybe we'll get to see some Izzy as well. But last but not least, Dak's gotta be Dak. Man, I know that commercial today was pretty funny about the. If y'all haven't checked it out, go definitely check it out. I'll probably post it in a little bit after I get done with the show. But he's gotta pick apart the secondary with the short and medium routes with your guys that I brought up and let them cook when it comes to do the yak work. You got to test them linebackers with the outside running plays with a Tony Pollard, and then run downhill with a Rico Dowd. Test this front seven. See if you can see some openings and getting some yards. The run game's got to work, but this offense is basically this nucleus, getting that ball out to your guys, CD, Ferg, and Cooks, and then and others that are open. That's how you do it, and I think that's how you're gonna win. And last but not least, when it comes to that, got to be that. Get the ball out quickly and effective and keep the turnovers to a minimum and to a 0. And I think you can come home with the win. I know it's going to be a fight to the finish. I'm thinking right now, I see the Cowboys 27-14 against the Philadelphia Eagles. Comment below, who do y'all think is going to win the game? I see the Cowboys winning. I think the Eagles got their win, but the Cowboys are going to get this win against the Eagles, and I would love that because that will help us getting that chance of getting that NFC East title, and then we can get that bye. That's the goal. That is the prize right now, and then the next thing is in getting to the playoffs. I think this is a really good team. And before I let y'all go follow us at Facebook, X, and IG. We did a little update on the background. Hope y'all like it. Comment below about that as well. I'm asking y'all to comment a lot, but I love the interaction and everything. Especially appreciate y'all for interacting on Facebook and X and IG and everything. But I hope y'all have a great weekend. Be safe. And Christmas is coming up. I hope everybody done bought their gifts and everything. I'm still working on getting gifts for people, and I just hope y'all enjoy it with y'all families and everything. But we'll be back next week with some more Dallas Cowboy versus content. And definitely appreciate y'all for liking the reels and everything. That really helps us grow and share the podcast. And definitely I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good one.